Hi everybody, welcome back. In today's video I want to give you a list of the different and weirdest things that happen during pregnancy. There are a few symptoms that I wasn't expecting to have them, but they are very common. The majority of these symptoms you will notice them during the second or third trimester of your pregnancy, and they are very strange. So the first one that I want to mention is that you will have a stuffy nose. Pretty much you will have nasal congestion, and this could be just as simple as not being able to breathe very well, and of course you feel that it's like blocked, or you can have nose bleeding. Basically this happens because the increase of blood flow and all the mucous membranes get kind of inflamed, and that's why you will experience this type of problems, which are easy to handle but still quite annoying if you have them. So the second thing that will happen because all this blood flow is that you may start snoring quite hard, and that is quite common as well during pregnancy. So at the beginning, in my second trimester, I noticed that if I fell asleep, I suddenly wake myself up because I was snoring a little bit. So yeah, that is the second thing that will happen. The third one, once again, let's blame everything on the increase of your blood flow. You will develop bleeding gums. The mouth area becomes more sensitive, and I just want to mention that in my case, my mouth in general was very sensitive to the point that I developed this horrible infection. I was eating pizza, I burned the roof of my mouth, and it was a regular burn. Nothing happened, like nothing major, but after 1 or 2 days I start feeling that one of the parts, the right side, didn't heal properly. The other one was fine, but after 3, 4, 5 days it didn't heal, and it started becoming like a big horrible inflamed thing. Then it became quite difficult to eat, and it kind of started spreading all over the right side. So at that point I went to the doctor. The doctor sent me some medication to apply on the infected area, and it took me a while to recover. So he mentioned that again, now during pregnancy everything is more sensitive, and that was the first time that I have like an infection or something bad happening because of burn in my mouth. And for that reason, always be careful when you eat something hot. And something that pretty much every doctor recommends you during pregnancy is that always be checking your gums and your teeth and everything in your mouth, because it's one of the most sensitive areas that can get in trouble during pregnancy. So be smart and be careful with it. The fourth thing that you can start noticing kind of at the end, or in my case I noticed it at the end of my second trimester, is that I had a few leg cramps during the night. Every time that I was maybe at the middle of the night like stretching, I feel that my legs start cramping, and it was horrible. But of course the only way to kind of alleviate them was doing some stretches before sleeping, and that passed. So that was another weird thing. The fifth strange thing that happened is that I started developing carpal tunnel on my right hand, and this normally happens because we start becoming like very swollen, and that gives pressure to the nerves, and of course that ended up affecting the nerves of my hand. But by doing some stretches during the day, I ended up removing that carpal tunnel pain, and now I'm okay. So the next one, it will be back pain, and usually this happens because your shifting center of gravity from back to belly puts more pressure on the lower back, and the only way to resolve this pain is by doing different type of stretches that will help you a lot. Now I want to show you the 3 different stretches that I normally do in order to remove all the pain on my lower back, and they have been so useful, so I hope you try them and let me know if they work for you as well. about pain, you will feel and experience so many different type of pains everywhere, and they are quite annoying. So the first one that I want to mention is called round ligament pain, which basically happens because the pelvic ligaments that are around the uterus are expanding and they stretch a lot. You will feel it on the lower part of your belly. It is a very sharp, quick pain. So I experienced this pain every time that I switch positions, and it was quite fast. Most of the time I felt them in my second trimester, and the only way to alleviate them was moving slow and just making a small massage, just like a kind of putting pressure in the area that I was feeling the pain, and then moving slow, and the pain just passed quite fast. But again, it took me several times by surprise, and yeah, it's not that pleasant. Now that I am in my third trimester, I start developing a little bit of SPD, which basically happens because the ligaments that normally keep your pelvic bone aligned during pregnancy become relaxed, and they start stretching before you deliver the baby. So it's quite loose, and that's when you start feeling that horrible pain on your pelvis, and it is quite difficult to walk sometimes, change positions when you are sitting or you want to lift your leg. So in order to alleviate that pain, I was checking a couple of videos, and they recommend to do your Kegels as well as your pelvic tilt exercise or bridges, which just help you to make the muscles around the pelvic area a little bit stronger. So I've been trying to do them a couple of times during the day, and I noticed such improvement. So if you're suffering from that type of pain, oh my gosh, seriously do the Kegels and do whatever exercise you can do in order to alleviate this pain, because it's very annoying and it's not pleasant at all. Now, there is another symptom which is quite interesting, and it's called pregnancy brain. Basically, you forget things, and this is so true. Sometimes when I am speaking, I have the word on my mouth, but then I totally forgot how to pronounce it or how to say it. So I just kind of get spaced out, and it's like, what should I say? Like, it's so horrible because you feel frustrated that you cannot speak or say whatever you want to say as fast as you should. You will forget a few things here and there, your appointments. This happened usually in the third trimester, and at this point you will notice that your ability to sleep is compromised. It's more difficult for sure, so that is one of the things that influence that you are not as sharp as you should be, because of course you're not sleeping. So don't stress too much if you start forgetting things. Just try to put them on your cell phone, put alarms, and just remember that that will pass after you deliver the baby. Now, sleeping problems. Oh my gosh, this is one of the most frustrating things that I experience. Now, of course, it's very difficult to sleep. There are different reasons why I wake up during the night. The first one, of course, is that I need to go maybe 3 or 5 times to the bathroom and pee. Another thing, it will be that the baby kicks a lot, so that kicks and pushes wakes me up, and that part is quite nice because I don't know, it's like a rocky motion. It's just weird but nice, but still. So getting comfortable in different positions, it's hard. As I mentioned in another video, the doctors recommend you to try to sleep on your left side, but now on my left side I feel this pain most of the time, which forced me to change positions to the right side, but then I feel uncomfortable because my belly is big. These last days I've been sleeping in kind of a sitting position. It's the only way that I can get comfortable. So yeah, like, I don't know, like I wake up maybe 10 times at night, and the next day, of course, I feel like super tired. I don't want to do anything, and it takes me a while to be active. The next thing will be clumsiness, and this happened because of course your belly is getting big, so the center of gravity is kind of shifting. So for this you have to be quite careful when you go to the shower or on the tub, because you can kind of fall, so just be careful, try to grab everything. And with my clumsiness, I notice is more with my hands. So I noticed that I keep dropping everything, like I grab something and suddenly it's on the floor, and yeah, it's just weird. Another symptom is that you can develop blurry vision. This didn't happen to me, but I was reading that a lot of women experience it, so I hope that is not happening to you, but if it's happening, remember that is normal. So the final thing that I want to talk to you about is called nesting instinct, which basically is that urge to organize everything in your house. Some days I'm like so stressed out and I just wanna keep everything nice and clean and shiny, and at this point the room is ready for the baby, but still I have that urge to just keep it clean. So that is quite annoying because the baby's coming in a couple of weeks, but I keep cleaning the house like crazy. So yeah, like those are the things that I have been noticing, and I didn't know that they will happen during my pregnancy. So yeah, this is the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share. See you soon. Bye.